Uganda's participation in intra-Africa trade, or the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, remains just but in theory. Despite agreements to liberalize tariff lines, among others, barriers remain a stumbling block.
We, in the strongest terms, of course, condemn these unnecessary tariff barriers, and not just for them, but even for us. Things like roadblocks are a tariff barrier. Things like exorbitant taxes at the borders. Things like very, very difficult conditions can create non-tariff barriers. Within the Ministry of Trade, there is a desk that is responsible for monitoring NTBs, and on a regular basis, we have always confronted these NTBs.
However, Uganda is not alone in this situation. The visiting Africa Continental Free Trade Area Secretary General has called out governments on issues holding back the continent.
And I want to suggest, as I have in the past, that if we do not establish our own supply chain networks and our own value chains, when there is yet another global disruption of the global supply chains, we will again be at the back of the queue for whatever is required to overcome that challenge. So, for us to strengthen the pharmaceutical sector, agriculture and agro-processing, we must leverage on the rules of the ACFTA.
Barriers to trade notwithstanding, Uganda's basket list of goods to send to the rest of Africa is full, according to the trade minister.
The most interesting aspect of these growing export figures is the nature of the products exported. They are mainly manufactured products that include iron and steel, sugar, animal, vegetable parts and oils, cement, dairy and dairy products. Topping the export list is coffee.
Turning Africa into a real single market, a market where goods and services and people move freely from Cairo to Cape Town or from Accra to Kampala, requires us to close the regional infrastructure gaps.
International Monetary Fund information shows removing non-tariff barriers could be up to 4 times more effective in boosting trade than tariff reductions. Today, intra-Africa trade accounts for just 12%. Malcolm Sime, NTV Tonight Business.